Mega Herbert Grönemeyer. Oh, this is freaking cool. Oh, this makes me so proud. I love that he's back with the new stuff. Ah, Hakuna Matata. Hello, people of the world. Welcome back to the ultimate world music reaction channel. Welcome back, everybody. It's Rosalie. Welcome to the ultimate world music reaction channel. Music and psychology, artists and songs from all around the world. We're checking out another artist from Germany, Hebert Grönemeyer, and his new song, Deine. Herbert Grönemeyer is an artist, 66 years old now, from Göttingen in Deutschland, in Germany. He is very famous. Been around for a long time, has big hits. One of the biggest ones that come to my mind are Flugzeuge im Bauch, airplanes in your stomach. Gib mir mein Herz zurück, ich brauch deine Liebe nicht. Gib mir mein Herz zurück. It's an artist that my mom loves and that I grew up listening to. And what else? He is putting out new music. He is bringing out new stuff, I realized, thanks to my brother. Dankeschön. His song, Deine Hand, was put out a month ago and has over 500,000 views already, which is really neat because I didn't realize, to be honest with you, that he's putting out new stuff. So I want to bring more German artists to the channel, pardon me, and we're going to talk about the lyrics. Since it's in German, Deine Hand means your hand. We'll talk about the lyrics afterward. Okay, jetzt habe ich meinen Milchkaffee und meine Engelsaugenkekse. I got my cookies here, my German cookies, and my Kaffee con leche, my coffee with milk and sugar. And I'm going to dive in. I'm going to enjoy this. Herbert Grönemeyer, Deine Hand. So relax, enjoy. Here we go.
Hoffnung ist gerade so schwer zu finden. Ich suche sie. Ich schau nach links und fühl mich blind für Perspektiven, die uns weiterbringen. Und plötzlich spür ich hinter mir, was schiebt mich an.
Okay, Herbert.
Gib mir ne Kraft, die zieht mich aus dem Tief, denn es gibt so viel zu verlieren.
Wow. Okay, stop real quick. I'm going to start over. This is profound. There's a lot of symbolism here already. It's starting off with what could be people of, I don't know, Syrian ancestry, Arabic ancestry, perhaps creating that space to showcase all the beautiful people that have come into Germany. And I'm just going to look at it from the Germany perspective because this is a German artist. To start off with people that don't look typical German, that could be from another country, is a beautiful thing. At first I thought it was maybe a biracial couple. I thought that was nice. But it's a beautiful way just to start and showcase that because there are so many beautiful colors and cultures even within Germany. Then you see the soldier laying on the ground in front of this poster with the hand, with his bat and his shield. So already political, already demonstrating perhaps protests, immigration, right? There's different topics that could be touched on here. Then we see the child held by an old lady with a mask and the plastic, I think a reference to the pandemic and COVID-19 times. And we're seeing a lot of these elements, quite political, quite relevant to what has been happening in the last few years. We'll talk about the lyrics afterward. But I want to start over. So already a lot of symbolism here. And now the interpretive dancing is about to start. And I think that just adds a whole another level of showcasing the art here that they're trying to convey with the song and with the music video. And he starts by singing, hope is so hard to find right now. I'm looking for her, referring to hope with a female pronoun. This lady with the picture of a city in flames could be perhaps a reference to Ukraine. These police officers and the smoke, the tear gas, opposite of what could be a woman who is representing an immigrant. The gentleman with his blonde hair who would look typical German if we're going with stereotypes right now. Oh, he's laying on a hand.
Hoffnung ist gerade so schwer zu finden. ich suche sie. Ich schau nach links und fühl mich blind für Perspektiven, die uns weiterbringen. Und plötzlich spür ich hinter mir, was schiebt mich an, gibt mir ne Kraft, die zieht mich aus dem Tief, denn es gibt so viel zu verlieren. Yeah. Deine, alles was sie kann, sie ist mein Bier, deine Hand ist meine Bank. Heute wird das morgen gemacht, deine Tat malt die Zukunft aus. Nutz fremde Rampen, um zu starten. Komm weiter, gemeinsam auf Räuberleitern. Höher steigen wir im Team, wenn wir uns Brücken schweißen, die uns direkt führen ins Wir. Ich bin nur mit dir.
This is so profound, you guys. I'm at the verge of tears. Oh my gosh. There's so much symbolism that it's hard for me to like, I don't know if I want to wait till the very end. The colors here that are being depicted in that flag, for a second I thought maybe Syria, because green, red, and white are the colors we can find in the Syrian flag. We also find those colors in Italy's flag. And Hungary has red, white, and green. Iran has green, white, and red. Kuwait has green, white, red, and black. Jordan has green, white, and red, and black. So it could be a reference to, or a nod to Iran, to quite frankly different countries that also, where also refugees have come to Germany from. But it's very political already. We're seeing references to the pandemic. We're seeing references to protests. We're seeing people who could be immigrants, maybe from Africa, maybe from Arabic countries. We're seeing this soldier, this officer in his uniform who looks typical German from a stereotype standpoint. Blonde hair, fair-skinned. And we're having all these elements already from the get-go, and then the lyrics are saying, I'm looking for hope, I can't find her. Personifying hope with the female as with her. And I love how in the second half of the first verse, that beat kicks in, which is great songwriting, right? Because you want your first few seconds to get the listener. I listened to a TED Talk and it spoke about people decide within the first few seconds usually if they like a song or not. And for the most part, they then stick to that opinion, even if they continue listening. So when you're writing songs, it's helpful to have a build fairly early on. And then it speaks of your hand, which is interesting because that soldier was laying on a hand, and then it had the fist, then it has people raising their hands and holding hands, and he sings of your hand bringing comfort. So it talks about the tragedy and the horror and the hard things going on right now, but it also sounds like a hopeful song, the hopeful message of I'm holding on to your hand. And this could be a loved one, perhaps a fellow human being, a friend, a lover. This could be a reference or a nod to God, to faith, saying, your hand holds me, I'm looking for hope, I'm in this mess, right? I love these beautiful dancers who are doing their interpretive dance, and I love how they are from different cultural backgrounds. I think that's one of the things I love in Germany, that there's people from all around the world, and you could see someone on the street that looks like, they're from Africa, from an Arabic country, and they speak perfect, flawless German, because they're German now. They may be second or third generation. They may be refugees who are learning the language. But I think it's such a beautiful thing when we can come together and remember we're all German or we're all American, right? It's not us versus them. Though certain political parties or certain media outlets would want to make us feel that way, it doesn't have to be. But let's go back a bit, because this song is getting me. This song is really powerful right now.
Deine Hand, sie schiebt in Liebe meine Hand an, gibt und gibt alles, was sie kann. Sie ist mein Bier, deine Hand ist meine Bank. Heute wird das morgen
Mega.
Deine Tat malt die
Pay attention to that build
Zukunft
and his
aus.
voice. Epic.
Nutz fremde Rampen, um zu starten. Komm weiter, gemeinsam. Auf Räuberleitern höher steigen wir. Im Team, wenn wir uns Brücken schweißen, die uns direkt führen ins Wir. Ich bin nur mit dir stark. Deine Hand gibt mir den Halt, den ich so dringend brauch, um nicht zu brechen, halt sie fest. Und wir könnten uns noch retten.
This is so freaking brilliant. So the fence, the border, perhaps them trying to seek refuge in Germany or escape from whatever country they're from. And he's saying together, and as he says the word together, gemeinsam, they're holding hands. And then he says, auf Räuberleitern steigen wir. Räuberleiter, literally translated, is like robber, thief, robber ladder. And she is stepping on his hand, right, to lift her. What is the English word for that when you do that? When you like have someone stand on your hand to lift them up on something. But it's a brilliant way to connect the lyrics with the video clip. And this idea of holding hands, climbing together, overcoming things together. This idea of your hand brings me comfort. I'll make it through all of this because of your hand. This is going to make me cry.
Zu brechen hat sie fest. Und wir könnten uns noch retten. Deine Hand, sie schiebt in Liebe meine Hand an, gibt und gibt alles, was sie kann. Sie ist mein Bier, deine Hand ist meine Wahl. Deine Hand gibt mir den Halt, den ich so dringend brauch, um nicht zu brechen, halt sie fest. Und wir könnten uns noch retten. Deine Hand, sie schiebt in Liebe meine Hand an, gibt und gibt alles, was sie kann. Sie ist mein Bier, deine Hand ist meine Wahl.
Strong, I like it. Mega, Herbert Grönemeyer. Geil! Oh, this was freaking cool. Oh, this makes me so proud. I love that he's back with the new stuff. Ah, Hakuna Matata. This is awesome. This was put out a month ago and already has over 500,000 views. He only has 130,000 subscribers, perhaps because he's new to YouTube. So check out the link to the original video below and go support him. If you don't understand German, I hope you can just savor the music. I'll tell you what it was about. When it comes to the lyrics, you probably gathered a lot in the clip. But for those of you who listen to music from around the world with me, even when no subtitles or no captions are available, or when you don't know what they're saying, shout out to you for trying something new and embracing the music in the different languages and cultures. Like I said, and I probably even missed some things, but so much power and symbolism, a lot of political topics here, from the pandemic to protests, perhaps touches on movements that have even come into Germany, like raising awareness towards racism or against racism and injustices, or the tension that occurred with a lot of the refugees coming in, right? Different opinions in regards to that. Those who are frustrated that a lot of money goes out into other countries where other nations are being taken care of, but not Germany's own people. You have those who are like, slow down, we can't just let everybody in. Then you have those who say we have to help. We have either due to agreements with NATO and UN, and you may have those type of situations where you have to honor commitments because you signed contracts as a nation, or it could be a moral thing that leaders of a country decide we have to help. Who else will? And Germany definitely brought in many, many, many people from Syria and other places. This flag, help me out, but the flag that they showed, I believe, was green, white, and red. I got it the wrong way earlier. And that looks like the Iranian flag, for one, though in the Iranian flag there's a symbol in the middle. The colors other way around are Bulgaria, Hungary has similar colors. But my guess is that it's a reference to Iran, perhaps, or uh, which one is Syria? Syria also has red, white, and green in it, but also black and that star. Different options there. Maybe they left out certain symbols, so it could be a hint, a nod to it, but still open for interpretations. I'm not sure. But to me, definitely the symbol of immigration from an Arabic country. These people that looked of African or Arabic descent, possibly. This fight between protests and the police, these officers, different nationalities, different cultures represented here, and continuously the hand, like I said earlier, either in the form of a fist, in the form of reaching out or trying to move away the smog, the fog, the gas, or in the form of a hand reaching out, people lifting each other up over the border, the wall, seeking refuge by using the hand, reaching out, pulling someone up from the water, which also reminds me of that painting of Michelangelo's creation of Adam, in Italian, Creazione di Adamo, and it's that painting of God, and reaching down and his fingertip touching that of Adam. So, but in this case, a hand reaching down into the water to save someone, which is also interesting because I recently watched the movie, which was based on Yusra Mardini and her sister Sarah, who fled from Syria in 2015. And they almost drowned trying to cross the sea. That to me is also a reference of all the refugees who have tried to cross the borders and flee from their home countries, either having to climb over fences or crossing bodies of water and almost drowning. So to me, and then the lyrics. Then let's talk about the lyrics. Deine Hand, song by Hebert Grönemeyer. Hoffnung ist gerade so schwer zu finden. Ich suche sie. Hope is so hard to find. I'm looking for her. Ich schaue nach links und fühle mich blind. I look to the left and I feel blind. Für Perspektiven, die uns weiterbringen. I feel blind for perspectives that could advance us, that could move us forward. Was schiebt mich an? Gibt mir eine Kraft. What pushes me forward? What gives me strength? Und plötzlich spüre ich hinter mir. Was schiebt mich an? Gibt mir Kraft. Suddenly I feel something behind me that's pushing me forward, giving me strength, that pulls me out of the deep. There is so much to lose. Your hand, it gives me the stronghold. It gives me hold that I so desperately need to not break. Hold on to it, and we can still be saved. We can still save ourselves. Deine Hand, sie schiebt in Liebe meine Hand. Your hand is pushing my hand in love, and it gives and gives. It gives all that it can. Your hand is my pier, my bank, my shore. Today we are creating tomorrow. Your actions are painting the future. Sheesh, this is profound. Using foreign ramparts to start off. Like a rampart when you want to set flight, to start. Come on, we will move forward together. We're climbing up on those ladders, right? When he was lifting her up by her feet on his hand. As a team, I'm only strong with you. And then it goes back to the chorus, your hand gives me that stronghold that I so desperately need. And then it repeats and tags, in love. Your hand, it pushes me in love. It gives and gives all that it can give. It is my pier, my shore. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. What an encouraging song in everything that the world and Germany has been through, not only in regards to the pandemic, and people being separated by these stupid masks and all that crap that the world had to go to, the protests and the racial division, the refugees, right? No matter where you stand in the whole debate, because it's complicated. I said before, I like to look at things in a balanced way. Personally, I do understand there's a need for borders and for regulations when you let people in. Because if it's just free for all, you have the dilemma of, well, how do you keep track of who's in your country? How do you take care of everybody, depending on the type of state you are? If there's a welfare state or some type of republic or democracy where the government is responsible to take care of people? How do you have the means from a financial and economic standpoint to take care of everybody if you don't know who's in your country? Then you have, of course, dilemmas where people could then of course you have the dilemma where people may take advantage of the system, right? You have those working hard, paying taxes, and now many others just living free, getting support from the government, again, depending on the system and the world and the country you live in, right? And so that's the one side where there's a need for regulation. There's a need to protect your country from people just invading it. Let's look at history, right? If it's just free for all, another country could come in and be like, all right, Germany, goodbye. We're making this ours now. But the flip side of it is the other extreme, is to say, oh, we're closing it off to everybody when there's people in need. I was in tears when I saw the movie about Yusra Mardini and her sister Sarah and them escaping. And my heart went out to these people that are running away. They're not coming into Germany or America because they're just like, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to live off of a new government now and have people take care of me. They're escaping from war and from rape and from horror. And if it was me and my family, I would hope I can go somewhere for shelter. So Germany, I feel, has also done a lot of good by letting a lot of people in. So long story short, without getting too political, you have both and. There's all these different topics where there's no easy answer. But what is fact is that we live in a broken world, and we live in a world where there is a lot of need and pain. And we've been through a lot. This globe over the last few years, well, since the beginning of mankind, has been through a lot. And this song just brings so much comfort. To me, it could be a reference and a reminder to God, a nod to faith, saying, your hand carries me. But that's my interpretation. I understand that the main idea of the song is really bringing people together, saying, hey, together we can do this. Let's reach out for one another. Let's help one another. Let's not turn a blind eye. Let's not sink and drown in despair, but let's reach out for one another. Beautiful song. And the way that it was composed was epic. I loved how it started with the vocalization. I love how that click then came in and how the drums kicked in to build. And his voice, Hebert Grönemeyer, has just been around for a long time. His YouTube channel needs to grow. We really got to support him now with our modern YouTube platforms. So go check out the link to the original, subscribe, and check out some more of his music if you like. But he has a phenomenal voice. He has a very strong voice, that rasp that I love, a great range. Legendary songs that are just timeless to me. I guess depends on what era you were born in or where you grew up. But he has a very distinct, unique voice. And it worked well with this song, the Song of Hope. This male, low-range, raspy, strong voice singing this song of hope and this reminder to all of us to hold on and to reach out for one another. I think that was a beautiful anthem. It was absolutely phenomenal. And it's cool because he has such big hits from back in the day. To see him come back and become more popular again with new and great hits is really, really cool. Because you never know. Sometimes people try to make a comeback in the sense of put out new stuff. Not that he, was gone for forever. And it's not always successful. But I feel like he's coming back strong, or continuing strong, if you will. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!